And welcome to the Mycity Networking. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. We have a mission here. Our mission is to help you, the members, in a spirit of harmony, to connect and engage and refer and support each other in growing our businesses. Mycity Networking is successful, and all the participants are successful. I'm Joe Nicasio. I'm a business coach consultant. My whole mantra is do what you love, share the love, receive the love. Yes, we want to make money, of course. We want to make money at the service of others. And we want to have we want to have fun while we're doing it. If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. That's my personal mantra. If you want to run business and not have fun, that's on you. But I believe in something other than that. So I do have a new website, joenicasio.com. So you're welcome to visit there. And a good way to get this meeting started off is to do a little bit of shout outs and acknowledgments. So if you had any wins this week or if you did any one-on-ones, it's always good to just, who did you meet? Who do you want to acknowledge? What do you want to acknowledge? And don't everybody go all at once.
Well, I want to acknowledge Bob because he's stuck close, and he reminded me of this meeting again this morning, and diligently sent out the necessary email so I could link in quite easily. So, got to show up to get anywhere, right?
That's right.
Thank you, Bob.
Well, glad to have you here.
And I had a one-on-one with Kathy Cuevas earlier this week. She's pretty cool. You know, she was going to be traveling this week, so she won't be here today, I think she had said. But she was a sweet lady. She's the one that likes to bake and make sweet treats. So I'm just waiting for some of her sweet treats to fall over here. And then I hung out with Bob. We're like best buds. We're like twins.
I love it.
I'm like following in his footsteps and don't even know it. Like
Very
Everybody's
good.
joining in.
I put a link in the chat. That's the meet to this meeting. Share it with 3 or 4 or 5 people and see if we can get 1 or 2 extra people joining us in the group. We are in a phase where growth is good, and it's always good to invite people to come and join us. All right. Any other shout outs or acknowledgments? Phil, were you able to ever contact my referral I sent to you?
I did. Yes, I did. Thank you so much. And trying to think, that was from Maryland, correct?
Correct.
Yes. Yes, I did reach out. So, hopefully we'll connect, and I really appreciate your thinking of me, Joe.
Well, I know a few people doing what you do, but not with longevity. And I feel comfortable that you know your stuff. You know your
Give her
stuff.
white glove treatment. So I'm looking forward to speaking with her and see what we can do to help.
Yeah. Okay, good. So we got some let's see. We got David and Bill and Phil and Al and Patrick, Eileen Burke, Kiana, Jeff. All right. Well, um, I don't know if we should do this as a breakout room or if we should just stay in one room today. Um, this is a pretty good question, but I think breakout question number 2 is a pretty good one. So let's just jump to this question. There's only 4 ways you personally can generate leads. There are also 4 ways that others can generate leads for you. But this comes from Alex Hermosi, who wrote a book called $100 Million Leads. And you can get leads from people you know, and you can get leads from people you don't know. Of the people you know, you can do one-on-one types of things. a one-on-one Zoom call or phone call. You can also do one-to-many things. It could be a free content. It could be a free webinar. It could be posting on social for free. Or you can reach out to people you don't know. You can do what's called cold outreach, um, which to me is kind of spammy. Or you can also run paid ads. That's a great way to meet people because if you run an ad and people raise their hands, that's another way to generate leads. So the question today is, what's your favorite way to generate leads and what's your least favorite way? And I'm going to start with just saying that I don't like cold outreach. I don't like it. I'm very skilled at it. I've been trained in it. I've trained other people in it. There are ways to do it in a very professional way. Unfortunately, most people who do it are not professional. And quite honestly, I think it's just dynamically, I don't want to chase people. I want to attract people. I want to be chased by people. Um, I say it's better to kiss a girl who's leaning into you than try and kiss a girl who's leaning away from you. And the same darn thing is true in business. So, my favorite is, I like warm referrals, from, I, you know, people who have heard about me. They reach out to me. Um, and one of the ways I just keep in front of people is free content and social media. So let's kind of go around and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Sounds great.
I'm Joe. I'm a business coach, but who wants to go?
Yeah. So my name is Samuel Salgado. I created Decent Med. Decent Med is a holistic medicine information portal that connects patients with providers. We work all around the world. We have providers in India, providers in Africa, providers in Europe, providers obviously in the States. I'm currently in Mexico because the third phase of our project is that we're trying to create a global apothecary because we want to have the whole part of holistic health. We want to showcase health coaches and we want to showcase holistic providers, but also a lot of health coaches and providers, they don't accept insurance. So with our apothecary, we want to have a system in which people can have affordable and close to zero for, what I believe is real healthcare coming from holistic medicine, where they look at the whole body. So that's me. I'll put my website in the chat, and thank you for having me.
So Samuel, there was a question. You want to stick on point. What's your favorite way to generate leads and your least favorite way?
Because you end up going broke because you gotta keep investing in your health.
Yeah.
So
Looks like you got some background.
just briefly, I'm Annette, and I was like, hallelujah. I also have a speed networking, which I will announce later. And it's 30 minutes every Tuesday for 30 minutes back breakout room. We have anywhere between 60 to 100 people there. And right now the list is 172 or so, and it keeps growing, and you get that contact list. But it's a one-time registration. I have it on this platform that I use. But that being said, this meeting is being transcribed.
I don't think I'm co-host, Bob.
Just got that. No, did you guys get it too?
Mhm.
Bob, can you make me co-host so I can mute people?
Yeah. Mahedi, make Joe Nicasio co-host, please.
All right. What's your favorite way, least favorite way to generate leads? Paul Levine, why don't you're on my screen here. Why don't you do a quick intro and what's your favorite and least favorite way to generate leads?
Well, I am Paul Levine. I am a commercial realtor and a real estate income tax consultant. Uh, Commercial real estate is not only big office buildings or apartment buildings, it could be a single family residence that you rent out. And there are ways to give you some very nice income tax benefits when you do it and for long term as well. I have been writing posts on LinkedIn and Facebook for over 5 years, and that is my favorite way of doing it because I do it every single workday, and it is about real estate, income taxes, interest rates, the economy. You call it, we do it. And this past week, I got a really nice kudos from someone. It's short and I will read it. Your experience and dedication truly shine through. It's refreshing to see such honesty and commitment to guiding people with real knowledge and integrity. And I reached out and he's going to have me on a podcast. So I will further spread the word. My least favorite way, although I have a way to break the ice, is cold calling. And the way I do break the ice is I call someone, and when they say hello, I go, "You don't know me from a hole in the wall. Let me just tell you a quick thing." And they listen and they laugh, and that gets it going. But I hate doing it.
Interesting.
Oh,
Cool.
if I can, I'd like to say is your social media outreach and messaging is one of the most consistent and professional I see. I get it on my cell, on my computer, on my cell. It's very, very consistent.
Thanks for joining us
Thanks, Phil. I really
as
appreciate
well.
that.
All
I love
right.
your accent,
Let's
Justin.
go,
No, I want
Kiana.
your accent.
Somebody's in the background.
Somebody's running another meeting in the background. All right. Let's go, Kiana. Quick intro and what's your least and most favorite way of generating leads?
Hello. Okay. I am Dr. Kiana Williams. I am licensed mortgage lender and life insurance agent. So I would say my least favorite is cold calling. I don't really like cold stuff either. Like Joe, I'm more of a people person. I like being in person, being in people's face. I like to be able to feel their energy. They can feel my energy. And that way it's easier to listen and be able to read people's body language to see if we're, getting somewhere, if they're uncomfortable or when they actually do get comfortable with me and when I know that the relationship could possibly progress.
Very good. Bob Friedenthal, your turn.
Well, I kind of follow the BNI model. Dr. Ivan Meisner, who was my client many, 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 many years ago, and his whole thing is giver's gain. When you meet people, don't start talking about yourself. Ask about them. Find out what they're all about, and that will take you much further. So before you stick your foot in your mouth talking about yourself, ask about them.
Very good. David DaCosta, quick intro and what's your favorite and least favorite way for lead generation?
Good morning, everyone. I'm a local San Diego real estate agent. Work with Harcourts as my broker. We're international. So I do a lot of work primarily on the listing side, but also willing to help with buyers. My most favorite way is being the person that I am. So people first, like Kiana and Joe. I'm a definite people person, so I prefer the warm approach. I can do all the cold calling and I have an extensive background. I'm very skilled at it, like Joe said. But my thing is community involvement with people. So I work with the Encinitas Chamber of Commerce. I work with the Film Festival. I work with Kiwanis International. Heavy community involvement. People get to know me. And then if they have questions, obviously the conversation goes from there. Thank you.
Very good. Bill Schweber, you're next. Quick intro and what's your favorite and least favorite way to generate leads?
Hey, Bill Schweber, IT data forensics for major litigation. I like to reach out to people who I know are going to need my services, and I like to put on events for my legal network where people come to the event, and then I catch them in the event, and I say, "Buy from me, buy from me." No, I'm kidding you. By doing the events, they get to know me, and if they need me, they come find me. I hate doing cold calls, but I do it pretty good if I have to.
Okay, very good. We're going to go Jeff Barker, then Phil, and then I'm going to change the question and we'll continue doing introductions. So, Jeff, introduce yourself. What's your favorite and least favorite way to generate leads?
Hi, I'm Jeff, and I run a tax and bookkeeping service from my home. And I'd say my favorite is through referrals because I feel like I've already got my foot in the door, at least partly because somebody has already experienced my service and they've referred somebody to me because they were happy with it. And so I feel like that's a lot easier sale to do. And then my least favorite, probably like everybody else, cold calls. You don't want to get on the phone. I've done phone calls, mailing out flyers, and hanging door tags on doors, and pretty much every one of those has resulted in zero, a lot of expense and a lot of time and zero leads. So that's got to be my least favorite.
All right. Thank you. Make sure you put your contact information and we'll go to Phil.
Very good. Yeah. By the way, Sean, I don't know if you did you hear Jeff. I don't know if you heard from Sean, but I did make a referral. It was a gentleman was looking for a bookkeeper. It was a couple days ago. So you might keep I might hear from him. But anyway, Phil Wolfstein, I'm a certified business broker with Zoom Business Brokers. And what I do is I help business owners find qualified buyers for their business. I would say warm leads, definitely people to people, and personal contact. Uh, Almost all of my business comes from referrals, and that's through networking groups. I really like LinkedIn as a means to make a presence and put information out, try to get the word out on business brokering to myself. And my least favorite would be email, sending out emails to as a means to market or try to solicit sellers' interest.
Yeah, it's interesting. Email marketing certainly is something that works. But only if we're consistent with it. And if you don't enjoy it, we're not going to be consistent with it. So it's best to
I
do something you actually enjoy. I say again, if you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. So I'm gonna shift up the question a little bit. So I'm gonna share my screen. And I think, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And there's this idea of being moving from a small fish to being a big fish. And if you want to play the big game, it means being the smallest fish in the room. As we grow, we don't always start off as a superstar. We start off as a guppy and then we grow. And so why are you committed to being the smallest fish in the room? They say if you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room. What does it really mean? And what does playing a bigger game look like to you? So that's the question as we continue with intros. And I think the next person in line is Patrick O'Flynn. So Patrick, introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Patrick, and I'm from Ireland. And I enjoyed this call and all the people on it, listening and learning from them. And if we want to play a big game, well, I am very coachable. I've decided, and I read a lot, and I try to improve every day. I've broken my week up into how can I be the best version of myself in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening. So that gives me 21 days in a week. I have a break as well. But so the question is the big game and the small game. Yeah, you can beat yourself up in that space because you may not be accelerating at the pace you wish, but you're out there. For example, this week I've had 120 views on LinkedIn, and I've stayed away from. I used to do a lot of emails, but I think emails, people may read them, they may not read them. But the difference with LinkedIn is they can profile you and they get a sense of who you are more so than a LinkedIn. So I mix it up depending on who I'm talking to. I'm meeting a lot of people on Zooms. I take their details and I keep in touch with them. And some of them are coming back. Some of them I can't. They're ghosting me, but that's okay. That's where they are. So what do I do? I'm a health educator focusing on how any cell knows how to survive its changing environment. And good heavens me, our environments are changing internally and externally. For example, oxidative stress. meaning the body's capacity to detoxify and repair in things like inflammation and metabolic function that they're designed to do. So this is about impacting every system, every organ and function in the body. My details are in the chat. Love to talk to you.
Well, I did a one-on-one with Patrick a while back, and he's very committed to getting people healthy. So
I was starting with you, Joe. You said to me, drop the donut. You were trying to lose weight, and you said, drop the donut. I never forgot
I
it.
put the donut down. That's my weight loss program. Put the donut
Oh
down.
my God.
Put the donut down.
That is so funny.
Al Faber, tell us a little bit about yourself and what does being the small fish mean and how can you play a bigger game?
Yep. So Al Faber, virtual financial advisor based in Los Angeles, help clients across the country. Um, Comprehensive planning with no commissions, no fee, no product sales. Yeah, I try to put myself in positions where I'm not the best or the smartest one in the room. So, as an example, this past week attended a conference down in Huntington Beach on the beach, about 5,000 folks in the financial services business. And what you get in that environment is just a lot of great ideas, right? People that are doing things different, maybe not better, but different than you are, which gives you some ideas about how to expand and improve your business. And so whenever I find myself in groups like this, for example, right? Also people in different lines of business and being able to share ideas and pick up new things. And I think if you're not learning, you're not growing. And I'm always trying to grow. So that's what I get out of being in groups like that.
Very good. I'm a pretty bright guy, but you know, um, in order for me to grow, I find the top guys, and I spend a lot of money on advanced education with top guys that I'm like, there are people that blow my mind how bright they are.
Mhm.
And one of the best ways to get access to them is buy a program with them and learn from them. So I spend a lot of money just to keep on top of my game. Scott Lamphere, why don't you introduce yourself and why don't you share a little bit about being a small fish and becoming a bigger
Well,
fish?
you get the gold star for saying my name right. I get all
Well, you
kinds
know
of
why? It's because when I was a kid, I got hooked on phonics.
well, it worked. My company is called Germs RX, and we do things a little differently. We kill germs physically, not chemically. So all our products are FDA approved and they're water-based. Like your hand sanitizer now has to be 70% or more alcohol. Well, we have an alternative that doesn't have any alcohol, and it lasts way longer than the current products that you use. And my motivation was I had a couple friends that passed away from COVID, and I said there has to be a better way, better things out there that can protect us. So I took a deep dive and found a company that knows what they're doing. This is less harm, so to speak. There's a smaller company, and the small fish. Trying to get bigger is for me a place that's comfortable for me because you can pick and choose which big fish to get advice from and maybe get help from. So you don't want to stay small fish forever, but it gives you access, and that's what we all are looking for is how to grow with the proper mentors and stuff like that.
Scott, can I ask you, is this ozone? Is your product ozone related?
No, no, it's the special, buzzword nanotechnology that creates a bonded barrier on surfaces
Yeah.
that is toxic to germs that come in contact with. It's not toxic to you, but it's a physical barrier that destroys germs microscopically.
Is it suitable for like the meat processing or fish processing industry?
Um, Depends how it's used because I have disinfectants and sanitizers for surfaces, but those fall under the EPA purview, and then all the other products that go on your skin, like I have sanitizing soap, I have hand sanitizers, I have wipes, wound care product. So everything is safe to go on the skin, but as far as processing, I'd have to see how it was being used.
Why don't
Scott,
we
do you
do a
sell
one-on-one?
to
My information's in the chat.
So
Scott,
is
do you sell
mine.
to healthcare, or who's your ideal customer?
Yeah, some of my best customers are doctors' offices, and like my dermatologist was so impressed by I used my product to heal my surgeries, and they healed faster. And so my dermatologist made a video testimonial on what he observed and what they do in their clinics. So uh, it's just gratifying. Like the people that are immune challenged, they're afraid to go out of their house because they could catch a cold and be very sick from it. So I have products that let them have a life and kind of create a safety bubble.
Scott, when you said that you kill bugs physically, not with chemicals, I had a visualization of somebody with a hammer, like smashing little bugs.
I like it. I like it. I haven't had that told before, but that's a good
That
visual.
used to be Western exterminators
Yeah.
routine.
Oh my
They had
God.
Yeah,
trucks with that.
with the hammer behind his back, absolutely.
All right, we're gonna go Eileen and then Alan, and then we'll switch up the questions a little bit. But Eileen, little brief intro, and what does it mean to be a small fish? What does it mean to be a big fish? And what does it mean to you to play a bigger game?
Hmm. Well, I guide people through individuals and couples through debts like credit cards and student loans and car loans, etc. So I had a client this morning who just needed to get back on track. She's got $5,000 of credit card debt from dental. Only makes about 25 or 30,000. I'm like, you know what? We put a plan together to see how to slay this in the next few months so she's not all stressed out. And she has the ability to do that. So I am a small fish and I'm fine to be a small fish. I kind of walk alongside people. I'm not a manager, don't want to be a manager. I like teaching and coaching. I love to learn from people that know more than I do, especially in my weak areas, because we all have them, right? We find out when we start working for ourselves just what those weak areas are. They come flying up first before the strengths do. So yeah, just keep them, you are what you hang with, my grandmother used to say. So if you hang with big fish that are more successful than you, then that's better than hanging out with ones that aren't. So
I know it's amazing how it rubs off. I say if you want to get to the top, you got to let go of the bottom.
that's right. That's right.
Joe, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Alan. Did we have you? Did we have somebody for the 7 minute spotlight today?
It's me.
Who is it? Kiana.
Yes.
All right, Kiana. Alan. Um,
Yes.
so we'll wrap up
Yeah.
on this question. Do a
Okay.
little intro on yourself, and what
Okay.
does it mean to be a small fish, and what does it mean to be a bigger
Okay.
fish?
I'm Dr. Alan Hansen. I'm a work with sports psychology with individuals and teams, to help people build their confidence and just be better individuals, sports and in life. Okay. And I'm here in Avondale, Arizona. To be a small fish, I look at that from the business perspective, trying to build my clients. I I have contact lists with all the different athletic departments for the universities and colleges and high schools, and that's how I'm approaching this. But to be a small fish is to learn from people that have been doing it for a while. I listen to them, try to make sure that I'm kind of gleaning what needs to be done as I build my business and get more clients. To be a big fish would be working with a large institution, either a college or pro sports team. I'm a little reluctant about pro sports teams because they to them, sports psychologists are a dime a dozen. If they don't like you, they just kick you to the roadside. So But I'm working with Grand Canyon University right now with the pickleball team. And we've last year working with them, they kind of raised the ranking a little bit, which I can't say it was all me, but it was I was part of the coaching team that helped bring that about. So I work in that case, I work with both the athletes on the team and the coaches. You know, you can't do anything without the coaches, but to me, that's being the big guy is to work with other people to impart some your knowledge onto them and then watch them grow. So that's what I'm about.
Patrick.
That's really interesting, Alan. Thank you. I had a great one-on-one with Eileen, and I won't go into that at the moment. But what is raised and what I'd love your feedback here. Is it better to be a single operator or on your own? I'm finding it's better to be with the team. There are more advantages to being with a team. You're self-employed, you're an entrepreneur, but you're with this bigger team that you can hear things you would normally hear from yourself, and so you're broadening your perspective, and I think it's better. I'm finding it
Well,
better
Patrick, I would like
being part
to
of a
say
team.
that it depends on the functionality of the team. If it's a highly functioning team, they can certainly elevate you. And if it's
Yes,
a dysfunctional team that you have no control of, I say maybe you might be better off on your own. So it really depends on the quality of the people that are on the
team.
team.
I
And then,
agree. I agree. But the principle I'm talking about here, the principle of exploring that and what suits you, because we're all individuals.
you know,
Well,
they
that's
a lot of people in
Patrick.
network
I think that's
marketing
what's,
talk about
I was going to say,
a lot
that's
of
what's
people
so
talk about
incredible
it.
about the technology. Oh, sorry, Joe, go ahead.
uh, John Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own. Now, if you're in network marketing, one of the challenges is if you have 100 people that are doing nothing, then 1% of 100 people's effort is zero. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's very important that if you're going to get 1% of 100 people, make sure they're actually, getting some effort and getting some results. Go ahead,
Yeah, no,
Phil.
that's a great point. No, I was just going to say, Patrick, that's one silver lining of this technology in my mind is the ability to virtually connect a team, in words where you can pull together the talent, the resource, and really get that very effective team virtually, which didn't exist until very recently. And I think that's a fabulous tool for all of us. You can get the professional talent and expertise, bring it together and coordinate it almost instantaneously today all over the world. That's an amazing technology.
And that all came about.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. And sorry about you're right there. And the other thing is that you just change the audience. And now with Zoom and technology, as you suggested, Phil, we have this huge resource, this capacity to change the audience. I'm not here to convince anybody or to change the color of their eyes. I'm just interested, are they interested in what I do? And am I interested in what they do? Primarily, that's what I asked them. What are the three things you'd like to solve? Or what are the three
David
things you'd like to be better
DeCosta, I
at?
see you got your hand up.
Yeah, just going to add on to that, Patrick and everyone, that I think if you're starting out at first, maybe perhaps join a team to get that instant recognition and your instant tight network, if you will. But once you do that, in my personal instance, I still have a team. It's called my brokerage and my close confidants, as well as I call them my own board of directors, which are heavily networked and trusted advisors in all realms, from friendships to the expertise of real insurance to law to financial, the whole nine yards. So when I talk to people, my clients, about working with them, they don't just get David DaCosta, but they get my team.
Yeah, yeah. In real estate, it's good to develop a team. You got a finance person and a title person and a legal person. So, if somebody's always calling you, they're trying to sell their home. instead of you, the agent, handling everybody's issues, I got somebody on my team that specializes in that. Let me pass the ball so that you don't have to wear all the hats and know everything. You have a team that does that. Moshe.
Hi. You can have a collaborative team with you can be an individual, but still have a collaborative team, which allows you to be more effective. So that way you can offer all the services as well as the other team members doing it and including you at the same time. So it's a positive, it can be done that way and still achieve your goals.
I think teams have to do something with leadership and delegation. A lot of people think they're a good leader. I'll tell you, how I know if you're a good leader? If you can get cats to march together in a parade, I know you're a good leader. But until you can show me you can get cats to march together in a parade, I'm going to have doubts because herding, a lot of leadership is like herding cats. And so if you can get your cats to march together in a parade, that's good evidence that you know what you're doing in terms of leadership. And that means you can bring a team together. But I've never seen cats march together in a parade. So leadership is called a challenge. What I want to do now is shift the conversation to 7 minute spotlight. Today, Kiana's going to come on in a moment. I'd also like if somebody's interested in being in the 7 minute spotlight next week, Samuel, I see you raise your hand. So you were quick off the gun. So you're it next week, 7 minute spotlight. So Kiana, let's spotlight you and we'll get the timer going here. I can't spotlight you because I'm still not host. But I'll go ahead and set the timer. And maybe Bob, you could spotlight Kiana and the timer's going, Kiana.
All right, cool. So I'll jump right in. 7 minutes. I'm like, go fast. I thought I had 10, so I'm like, all right, take off three. So, okay. So as you guys know, I already told you a little bit about what I do. So I want to dig into that and let you guys know that most financial planning is usually about one thing, and it's usually about saving your money. So that's the defensive side. So what about the other half, making more of it or being able to grow your wealth aggressively? With my unique background, that allows me to do both. I'm not only a financial advisor, but I'm also a licensed mortgage lender and I own a real estate acquisitions company. So this means I live and breathe credit, leverage, and deals every single day. So while my team of financial experts is brilliant at designing plans to protect your wealth so you can outlive it, I bring strategies to the table to help you grow it faster. It actually reminds me of a client who came to me about outliving her savings. The old advice of just save more wasn't working, doesn't work anymore. So we did two things. First, my team designed a rock solid plan to guarantee her lifetime income. But second, I was able to review her mortgage and show her how a simple refinance with my lending hat on would save her hundreds a month. Then we strategically deployed those savings into an investment. We didn't just protect her money, we gave it a job to make more money. So I'll just ask two quick questions, and you don't have to raise your hands or answer it out loud. Just think to yourself with the answer. So the first question is, does the classic advice of just save more and hope for the best feel incomplete when you think about building real lasting wealth? And second, would you sleep better at night knowing you have a team that doesn't just defend your goal line, but also helps you score touchdowns? So if that sounds like a better game plan to you, you're right. It is. The fear of outliving your money is real, but the solution isn't just about playing defense. It's about a powerful offense and defense working together. The defensive squad is my incredible team. For building that unshakable guaranteed income floor, we have experts like David Foster, a certified estate planner you can look up on LinkedIn. He architects the plans that ensure you never run out. And for the advanced strategies, we work with specialists like Patrick Kelly, who is nationally known for making powerful tools like annuities and life insurance work hard for your retirement income. Then there's the offensive playbook. That's where I come in as the money girl. So you guys, I didn't even get to tell you. So that's been my nickname for a while. I see like my Instagram and LinkedIn is Funding Angel. So they just call me the money. They just call me the money girl. So with the money girl, I'm going to look at your entire financial field, your debt, your assets, and your cash flow. And then I'll look to see if we can restructure your mortgage to free up some cash. Can we use your existing equity to acquire an investment property that generates income? This holistic approach is how we don't just save money, we make money. Now, if this has your brain ticking and you're thinking, okay, how does this actually work? I need to see the place. I have something for you. We're hosting a special online webinar where we dive deep into one of the most powerful defensive strategies we use, tax diversification. It's a must attend for anyone who wants to keep more of what they earn and protect it from future taxes. I'll be there with my team and we'll give you a real, no fluff look at how it works. You can reserve your spot. I put a link in the chat and I'll do it again just so that you guys can get to it quicker. My number will also be in the chat if you would rather text me your name and email address, and I will personally send you an email invite. And of course, just because I'm me, it's free. There's no cost to the webinar. But whether you join the webinar or not, if you want a personal plan, my direct line is open. I'm open to a 20-minute money game plan review. I'll look at your situation with my unique dual perspective, and you'll walk away with at least one actionable idea to feel more confident. My goal is that the next time you lie awake worried about money, you'll have a clear plan for both growing it and guarding it. You'll know you have the money girl and her entire team in your corner. So
Hey,
just
Kiana,
imagine.
you're at the 2-minute warning, so wrap up and do Q&A.
So imagine a life where you're not just safe, but you're thriving. That's the plan we built, and I'm ready for Q&A.
Go ahead, Samuel.
So, do you help with funding or is it more just tax specific?
I'm a lender, so I'm also a lender. So yes, I do help with funding.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I definitely want
the
to
money
connect with
girl.
you.
That's something to do with money.
I mean, that's what I thought at first, but then when I read your bio, so maybe a tip is I would put that in your bio because when I saw your profile, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to connect with her. But then when I saw your bio, I just saw taxes, so it kind of was like, ah, never mind, I don't want to work with her. So
You
maybe
shouldn't
that
see taxes in my bio. I was just talking about that webinar that's coming up for my protecting the
on
money
here it
side.
says how to unlock potential tax savings in retirement, licensed mortgage lender. So yeah, you do say lender and life planning advisor.
Yeah, so that's just the title of the upcoming webinar. We're focused on the tax savings. But yes, I
Mm.
can definitely help you with the money side too.
Okay,
All
I'm
right, we
gonna
got time for one more
write it down.
question, if any. Make sure you put
Thank
your
you guys for
contact
your
information.
attention. Thank you for letting me do this, Joe
Yeah,
and Bob.
Samuel, you're the 7-minute spotlight next week. Okay, so we're gonna go back into some more self-introductions and a topic. So topic's gonna change a little bit now. So here's the new topic. If you were to become the most motivated person on the planet, how would you inspire others to be their best? Alan Hansen, did you go yet?
Yeah, I went and talked
So
about
Robert John, you were next in line.
All right. If I were to become the what would I inspire people to do? I would inspire
Most
them
motivated person on the planet.
most motivated. Hmm. I would have people look at life and appreciate the life they have and know that anything's possible for them. That's what I would create for people around me.
Yeah, so gratitude and um and gratitude and possibility, right?
Yeah, greater than possibility. Yes.
That's beautiful. You want to tell us a little bit more about I did a one-on-one with Robert. He's pretty badass. He's been doing it quite a while, and he helps people grow their businesses using some, I would say, unconventional methods. You want to talk a little bit more about what you do, Robert?
I'm a strategist and business consultant. I get all kinds of people because I've been doing this for 37 years. I know I look like 45, but I'm a little older than that. Um, Basically, for example, a client came to me to fire all their employees because manufacturing company in Midwest closing down. They were the major supplier of their products for manufacturing stuff in Los Angeles at the time, and they hard budgeted to fire everybody. And I said, is there a way? He said, not necessarily sure. I went to this huge warehouse with all these machines and parts laying around, and they said, um, why are these parts laying on the ground? Well, because their service is really bad. He said service sucks. And so we have to fix the machines every time we bring it in. So when time came, I converted that company from a sales company to a maintenance company and took over the market where they sold all their products to and sold all their stuff to. Their competition's customers, basically. So they grew. So what I do is I change the context, the framework in which the people operate. I change the content. In some cases, I go into companies and they're fighting among themselves because there's not little business, but they fire people, but they forget to fix the thing that needs them, like intake people, like communication. So I put them in, they double their size, they're too busy to fight. So I mischievously cause cultural transformation for businesses and figure out neat ways to cause a side effect which they want. So like I walk into father and son issue of a company. So I built a whole new 3D manufacturing section of the company versus the regular craftsman like, right? And as a result, they double in size, but they work together. So I cause harmony through disruption and transformation. And my claim to fame is nobody has been fired because of me, even though the people that come to me.
Yeah, a little creative destruction can help people reinvent.
Right.
Let's
So
go to
that's
Will
what.
Hanley.
Yes, hello, hello.
So introduce yourself, and if you were to become the most motivated person on the planet, how would you inspire others to become their best?
The most important thing so far to me is persistence and to try to work on having a clear growth mindset, work on it every day, do exercises for yourself and change a person's patterns and their habits so that they're more conscious and they're focused on growth all the time. Does that make sense?
Yes. Does anybody have any questions for Will? Does everybody understand what Will does?
Well, I do business, international business consulting. I work with Mindset Maps International, over 500 members, and I'm working in San Francisco. But I do everything on Zoom.
Very good. Make sure you put your contact and everybody reach out. Let's do lots of one-on-ones.
Well, I also just sent a message to everyone that I do a clarity call. It takes 15, 20 minutes. So anybody's having any problems in their business, challenges, they can get a free consultation, 15 to 20 minutes on you. I use neurolinguistic programming skills I've been involved with for 35 years in doing that. So I, I, I can help people get over challenges in business. I put a link into the messages into the chat.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Joe.
See, I could go to Burke Franklin next, although I might shift up the question for Burke. So let's go to Moshe. I'll come back to. So let's use the old question with Moshe, and then when I come to Burke, it's a new question. Moshe Math, introduce yourself, and if you became the most motivated person on the planet, what would you do to inspire others?
After I've just gone through, I'll start with that. Gratitude is, I can't say enough about gratitude and the importance of it. Being appreciative of all your surroundings and being able to share that with others, I think does more to help them out. Persistence, I think strongly of. But gratitude to me is most important. And I think that's the greatest motivator because once you realize that you're blessed in various ways that you didn't understand, you'll be able to be a better version of yourself and bring that out in others. So that would be the first thing. And I'm going through it. As some of you know, I had a stroke 4 weeks ago. I was at the meeting here on August 15th and August 16th in the morning. I suffered a mild stroke, and I'm just so gratified to all of God's messengers through the medical and physical therapy field.
Getting better, Moshe?
I'm sorry to hear you, Joe.
Are you getting better?
Yes, I am. I'm doing things around the house my wife's not happy about. So, so
It's a wake-up
But
call.
when I went for physical therapy, they said when I went for occupational, they now changed the definition. When you do occupational therapy, it's from the waist up, and physical therapy is from the waist down. So when I went to occupational therapy, they said, "What's your goal?" And my response was to be able to use my middle finger again. So
Oh my God.
so
Wishing you a full and complete recovery, Moshe.
Thank you. I don't use a middle, just so you know, I don't use a middle finger. And in fact, it actually bit me because if you look at my fingers, my middle finger, well, it's better now, but my middle finger was actually bending inwards for a while. So the joke was on me. But on a serious note, I can't say enough about. I can't say enough about. By the way, I've said this before. I may have said this to Bob. I have never had so many women in my life at the hospital request heavy breathing on my part because of all the examinations. They put the stethoscope to you. They said,
Oh
breathe
my
heavily,
God.
breathe heavily. So I really try to make light of the situation because that's brought joy. It makes it easier for everybody else involved. So I'm just such a very fortunate person at this point
Yeah,
with that.
well, some of these things are wake-up calls.
Yeah.
Take
Um,
better care of ourselves.
Well, by the way, Joe, I apologize in advance. My wife was talking about the fact that she goes, a small part of your brain is dead. There's white matter there. I said, well, maybe I'll be able to predict the next pope. So, um, so I just try to keep things light. Anyway, so that's it. I won't even talk about myself now because I work. I really I'm not allowed to drive and I can't do a whole lot right now for the next 2 to 3 months. So,
Patrick O'Flynn has his hand up. So, Patrick, what, you got a question? Or?
Moshe, you're not dead. You're in transition. For God's sake,
Oh, I
you've
know.
had an emotional experience, and now you'll take more action. And you're a good guy.
No,
Go one day without beating yourself up.
Oh, I'm not beating myself up at all. I am so grateful because strokes are in the family, and in terms of the situation, it could have easily been much worse in so many different ways so quickly.
Well,
So
thank
no,
God it wasn't.
yeah, I tell people my warped sense of humor hasn't left me. So, and also all the things I'm working on, different projects have not been forgotten, and that would have killed me more than the physical recovery.
Robert Chun, go ahead.
Somebody with a stroke 2.5 years ago, a couple of them, as a matter of fact. Full recovery is possible, and not only that, you could recover everything you got, and
Right.
it is a wake-up call. But
Mhm.
since you've done it, you'll never have to do it again. See, you're complete now.
There you go.
I hope to guide you from your mouth to God's ears.
Well, because you said that, your family's used to having it, so that it was there available to you, but now it's done. So now you can be healthy and say, I'm one and done, complete. That's what I want to share with you. Thanks.
All right, let's keep going. We got about 6 minutes left on the call. So I know Burke hasn't gone. Who else has not gone? Samuel, didn't you go at the beginning? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
All right. So let me share the screen. This is going to be our last question. Okay. And Burke Franklin, you're on board. So right now, how much business could you handle comfortably and accommodate without having to add any staff? So if you got 1,000 new customers overnight, what would break first? Burke Franklin. Burke, it's your turn.
About now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Anyway, yeah, my systems is infinitely scalable, so that'd be a beautiful thing. I could take 1,000 right now, and they could just keep on going. So, what would be the challenge would be to go in and look at people's business plans and work with them on it. But it's pretty much it's self-directed. If there's videos that go with it, the content is inspiring what to say and how to say it. So it's really for helping people build your company. And how many people are putting together? All the gurus talk about you got to have a vision for how it's going to work, how your business is going to go, but you got to have your team sharing the vision. So if you all work together on your business plan, you'll have your vision, you'll have your priorities, you'll have your model, you have all that stuff, and you can scale your company like crazy. But my system enables you to do that indefinitely. So great question. Thanks.
All right. Anything else you want to tell us about your business?
Well, give me subscribe, not subscribe, but get a demo with me. I'll show you how it works. I'm happy to demo it for. What I'll do in the demo is actually set you up with your own account that you can. It's a free trial for 2 weeks. I'll show you how it works and get you started. And then if you want to keep using it, you can. So it's
I would
stupid.
encourage anyone that hasn't done the demo with Burke, if you haven't done that, I would highly recommend it. Very instructive. He's just an amazing resource, for anyone, for your clients or for yourself.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, great,
Phil, how
great
about you've
goals.
referred me 3 or 4 of your people already, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, and if I can, Joe is okay. I'd like to give a big shout out, also to Robert Chun for referral. He invited me to intermediate a deal. I'm looking forward to it, Robert. And I just want to tell him he is a very sharp professional. Really enjoy working with him.
Thank you.
And Robert and I did a one-on-one. Robert, you want to share anything about our one-on-one?
It was a joy and privilege to discover Joe. When you guys see Joe, you see him just being, good orator, good communicator, and I think a great leader. But what I got to see was how he was one-on-one and his commitment of showing people how to have a business through joy and love. And he had a systematically built, organically built. I never seen anything like that in my 37 years of my business. So I'm looking forward to working with him in the future. I'm moving right now from LA to San Ramon, but afterwards I look forward to working with him and discover what's possible because he brings a level of authenticity and joy and mischief and fun in business never seen before. Just want to share that with you. So you should have a 30 minutes with him to be part of his conversation. It's a blast. It's fun. I learned a lot. This want to share.
And it was fun getting to know Robert better too. He's a very bright guy. He's been doing it a long time, and he can certainly help a lot of people grow their business. All right, we are getting down to 2 minutes, so I think everybody's done at least a self-introduction. So let's just do what was most valuable or useful about our call today? Hands up. Go ahead and put your hands up. Use your digital hands. What was most valuable or useful or insightful about our call today? Would love to hear from as many of you we can get in the next couple minutes. Bob, go ahead.
Don't stay trapped in your own mind. So one thing you can learn in life is listen to others, hear what they preach, and then the old motto of B&I, givers gain. Instead of you talking about yourself, you should be talking about other people to inspire.
Very good. David DaCosta.
Love this format. It gives everybody a chance to chime in, and we all listen to the key speaker at the time.
I think we're getting to know each other better, aren't we? It's one thing
Nice
if we're here to
turnout,
get
too.
business, but when we actually get to know each other, not only can we grow our businesses, but we can support others. And there's something about a mutually supportive community. Patrick, go ahead.
Just to follow on from what Bob said there, we need not necessarily stay or be conscious of staying in our own lane. There are different lanes out there that we can jump into and contribute to. And, we're very conditioned, or can be very conditioned to stay in the one lane. I qualified at this, I must do it.
Very good. Robert Shine.